Presented by Listen Headlines, latest world news from trusted sources. Updating daily at 6 a.m. New York.
Wall Street Journal World News.
April 14, 5:25 America, New York. North Korea launches solid-fueled intercontinental ballistic missile. North Korea said that it launched a solid-fueled intercontinental ballistic missile for the first time. The new weapon would require less preparation time to launch and is easier to conceal. RT World News.
April 14, 5:22 America, New York. Failure in Ukraine could mark the end of Western Golden Age, Polish PM. The country is vital for containing Russia and safeguarding European prosperity, Mateusz Morawiecki has claimed.
Fox News.
April 14, 5:14 America, New York. Cheating with ChatGPT? Students dish on temptations of AI in the classroom. Students at the University of Texas at Austin tell Fox News whether they know or have heard of fellow students using ChatGPT to complete class assignments.
Mirror World News.
April 14, 5:07 America, New York. Dog meat chefs set for biggest pooch slaughter festival in years as lockdown lifted. Dog meat chefs in China's Guangxi province are preparing for the first big Yulin dog meat festival in years after China's notoriously stringent COVID lockdown measures have been lifted.
New York Times World News.
April 14, 5 o'clock America, New York. Ghosts past and present cross paths as war comes to nuclear wasteland. Not everyone evacuated when the Chernobyl nuclear plant melted down in 1986. The few who stayed lived through another calamity when Russian troops marched in.
New York Times World News.
April 14, 5 o'clock America, New York. Decades on from peace, Northern Ireland schools are still deeply divided. The nation's school system still sees the country's pupils starkly divided by their religious backgrounds, years after the Good Friday Agreement brought an end to sectarian strife. Practicing the Stations of the Cross at the Catholic St. Joseph's Primary School in the Falls Road neighbourhood of West Belfast.
Wall Street Journal World News.
April 14, 4:55 America, New York. Saudi-led oil cuts risk fueling inflation, IEA says. The oil market will fall into a far larger oil deficit sooner than expected following surprise production cuts from some of OPEC's leading members, the Paris-based energy watchdog said.
Mirror World News.
April 14, 4:47 America, New York. Vladimir Putin's cyber warfare chief sent sex toys after his email is hacked. Ukrainian hackers broke into Sergei Morgachev's AliExpress account and ordered several sex toys and gay pride flags in his name in a symbolic act of moral humiliation.
Washington Post World.
April 14, 4:32 America, New York. 3 Alpine student guides killed in Italy avalanche. Rescue crews have recovered the bodies of 3 students training to be alpine guides who were caught in an avalanche along Italy's northwest border with France.
Mirror World News.
April 14, 4:20 America, New York. Boy, 5, torn apart by 2 killer pit bulls while he was walking back to his home. The 5-year-old lad was returning home after spending a night at his grandma's in the South African village of Dimela when 2 ferocious pit bulls attacked him and tore him apart.
Wall Street Journal World News.
April 14, 4:18 America, New York. French inflation revised upward. France's consumer price index was 5.7% in March, compared with the preliminary figure of 5.6%, as soaring food prices offset cooling energy costs.
Washington Post World.
April 14, 3:21 America, New York. Red Cross. Yemen rebels, Saudi coalition begin prisoner swap. An exchange of more than 800 prisoners from Yemen's war held by the Houthi rebels and the Saudi-led coalition battling them has begun.
New York Times World News.
April 14, 2 o'clock America, New York. Learning to love my incomprehensible Kiwi accent. It's surprising how hard it is for New Zealanders to make themselves understood in America. In New York, and in many other places, New Zealanders are finding it hard to make themselves understood.
Washington Post World.
April 14, 2 o'clock America, New York. India's population overtakes China's, but numbers mask a bigger story. Within India, fertility rates diverge dramatically from state to state, reflecting a significant north-south divide.
World News. Breaking international news and headlines, Sky News.
April 14, 1:58 America, New York. Who is the 21-year-old National Guardsman suspected of U.S. intelligence leaks? A 21-year-old National Guardsman in the U.S. is facing espionage charges over the leaking online of highly classified military documents. FBI officials guard the driveway where Jack Teixeira was taken into custody.
BBC News World.
April 14. 1:35 America, New York. Joe Biden in Ireland. President concludes visit in County Mayo. The U.S. president has links to the county through his paternal great-grandfather Edward Blewett.
BBC News World.
April 14. 052 America, New York. Dalai Lama defended over tongue-sucking remark. The head of Tibet's government in exile defends the spiritual leaders' "suck my tongue" request to a boy.
BBC News World.
April 14. 038 America, New York. Boeing 737 MAX faces delays over supply problems. It will exacerbate a global plane shortage as travel picks up after the COVID-19 pandemic.